Welcome back to the Dave Blunt's fan club.
Yes.
Otherwise known as Hatchet.
Yeah.
Shout out Dave Blunt's.
Come on the pod.
Come on the pod. Also, shout out Kevin Tierney.
No.
Can
no
anybody-
shout out to
can
Kevin
anybody-
Tierney.
We're high school sweethearts.
If you've heard that on your algorithm, go ahead. Shout out Kevin Tierney. I'd like to see like a shirt somebody makes, like Kevin Tierney versus Dave Blunt's.
Honestly,
I'd like
if
to
Kevin
see
Tierney pulls up to the verses with his 2 songs opposed to Dave Blunt's catalog of albums and tapes, you will get
Dave
booed.
Blunt's is beating him with the drunk freestyle alone.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to pull out Mary's on Second or any of that.
But
Shout out to Dave
but
Blunt's.
those mysterious lyrics that I just don't know what he's talking about. He says we were high school sweethearts. You had to move away. What does he mean?
And then you found someone else, and then we broke up. I mean, fuck, man. I'm not smart enough, you know what I mean? You ever watch like an art film and you're like, I don't know what the message is. That's how I feel listening to Kevin Tierney's lyrics. It's just like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, he's
dating
like,
a girl, she moves away, she finds somebody else, they break up. Like, what the fuck, man?
It's like when you listen to REM for the first time. Like, what are you talking
scripted.
about losing my religion? What do you mean? We need to look it up. So we got a mailbag today. We're real excited. We got a couple messages in our little mailbag. Let me dig in the mailbag.
Please keep
here.
up.
just got
Please
a
keep up the
letter.
messages.
Yeah.
myself.
Wherever you're listening to this, there's a link down below. It says text us, and
We will always open up the pod with your mail.
Yeah, always. No matter what. Even if you say things like that are controversial, we'll say it. We'll say it. We won't even put
Even
the
if you don't like us and it causes dysentery among our ranks,
Yeah.
we're still going to say
Even if you're talking shit. Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Even if you write that word, you know which one I'm talking about, the one we can't say.
We'll say it.
We have to say it.
We're gonna
have to
say
say
it.
We're actually contractually obligated to say it.
Yeah, Spotify and Apple Podcasts say, if you do not read exactly what's written in the mailbag, we are cutting you off completely. No more uploads, no more nothing. We'll be shadow banned from all social media. We won't be able to do anything. Won't be able to apply for a job on Indeed even, God damn it. So if you write whatever's on here, we'll read it.
So first one, proposal. I like how they prefaced it with proposal, all caps.
Nice.
JCPenney photo shoot at Oakland Mall for an updated podcast cover photo. I already like it. Mm-hmm. Best part is you don't have to pay for it. Make the vultures simp.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got
How?
to start the Throne account.
So what's Throne?
Throne is like, buy me a cup of coffee, pay my
that's right.
rent.
This was last week we talked about
Yeah,
this.
we
and
talked
last
about
week I
that.
was really
Yeah.
drunk already.
Yeah, Mommy Mewtwo doesn't have a OnlyFans, but she has a Throne account.
That's what the online girlies have.
That's right.
Yes.
They put a wish list of
So
things on
let's
there.
let's
Okay.
make a Throne account and we'll put JCPenney picture bundle. It's
Why
probably like
stop
$30
there?
anyways.
Why stop there? Why not might as well put like season tickets to some shit on
Season
there.
tickets
See
for the
if I-
Yankees.
Yeah.
A trip to Monza
I can't go to
for
a
4.
Yankee game. I can't go.
Yeah,
Yeah, trip
let
to
us
Monza.
know. Let us know if we should start a Throne account and if you guys will like buy the pennies, pitch in for a JCPenney photo, and we'll wear whatever you request.
Send us fits.
Send us fits. We're gonna get a PO box here soon so that people
Yeah.
can send us shit.
Full of anthrax and fits.
Man, look
Yeah.
at us asking for things. Who are the real vultures now?
Listen,
The tables
women,
have turned.
women,
Damn.
women don't ask for things online. They beg. They're literally spreading their asshole, and then it's like, yeah, buy me a
Please.
cup of coffee, please. I haven't had coffee in 3 days, but here's my asshole.
No, they've adapted the gypsy method where they're begging without looking like it.
Yes,
They look like they're
Yes.
giving you the bitch face and they're like, give me 100.
It's a good word for them.
There's
Gypsies.
Yeah,
there's like
gypsies.
there's like 3 things online that are like most of the economy right now. It's like digital begging, and then there's like grifters like Gary V's, and then there's guys reviewing food in their car. That's like half of the economy, I believe.
a
the rest,
grifter?
like Andrew Tate, anyone who's selling a class.
selling a course,
Anyone
yeah.
selling a class.
Is that what grifter? I
any
always
hustle
imagine
guys.
grifter is like someone who lives on like the fringe of society.
No, a grifter, just like grifters is just some shisty salesman guy. He's just selling you snake oil.
Can I sell?
Selling you
Can I
BS.
sell a course on how to scam people with a course?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you should be able
I
to.
mean, that's-
$100 a piece. I'll teach you how to scam everybody.
You finished step 1 by signing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys ever see Andy Elliott on Instagram?
I hate that motherfucker.
Andy Elliott. So if you ever seen him on Instagram, Andy Elliott's like a guy who sells a class, like a salesman class.
Oh, the bald guy?
He's the bald guy who
I
wears
know
like a
him.
shirt 2 sizes too small,
Yeah.
looking disgusting. His nipples are popping out of it. He's got tight ass capris on. Like, they're like jeans that end right at the ankles, no socks, like loafers. He looks like a fucking idiot when he's dressed. And anyways, his class is like, yo, if I put a gun to your head and said, hey, I got your family in my basement. If you don't sell 10 cars, I'm going to kill them. You'd get the sale done, wouldn't you? And it's like, yes. And it's like, but in what universe is my family getting kidnapped to sell 10 Hyundai Sonatas?
And then he's like, why do we have to pretend that I have your family hostage in order for you to sell more cars? He's like, you just have your head up your ass.
I hate that.
A guy will wear like a polo to his class. You didn't wear a suit? You're not here to sell shit. And it's like, motherfucker, you're selling a class to... Let me check. Hold on. Sell cars. He's talking to him like David fucking Goggins.
He opened the door for all these
and he's bald as fuck
salesman guys.
Yeah,
he opened the door for.
Whenever I see him on my For You page,
he's still on there. I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
in years.
all the time. Well, it's because I engage, and my
to.
comment usually is along the lines of, because there was a video of him trying to break like a plastic chair, and he couldn't break it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was a pretty tough chair. I don't know. Anyway,
you don't go trying to break those little weird chairs.
Yeah, it was a weird chair, but I always comment, I'm like, hey, Andy, did you get a new cuck chair? Because, I'm coming over tonight, and, since we broke the last cuck chair, I can't,
Someone might be knocking here. Give me 1 sec.
It's the feds. Feds at my door.
We're going to be right back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, sorry about that. It was the police. Flair has been arrested. He was doing some crimes that were just abhorrent. We're not friends with him anymore.
I couldn't take it anymore. That little tag on the end of the mattress. I cut it off.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me.
Flair's a loner. A rebel.
I am a rebel and a
Arrivederci, baby.
We're going to get into that for a sec. Let's just read the second mailbag.
I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure for the very first time as an adult last night, and I've never seen it before. And
We're going to get into that.
Fired up by it.
We're really fired up. We're still inspired. That was a really good movie. Shout out Tim Burton. But let's just get into the second mailbag before we forget.
What do we got here?
Sup, fellas? Got a couple quick questions I'd love to hear your thoughts on. If someone says they are a gamer and only plays COD/sports games, is this gamer stolen valor? Also, is getting a haircut in a Kroger or Meijer worse than a Walmart? Okay, so they answered the first, but these are two very different questions.
It doesn't
I'll
matter.
answer the second one.
Yeah.
The second one, I think it's the same. I think if you're going somewhere that's not specifically a barber only or a hairdresser only, if you're walking in anywhere to get to your barber, it's bad.
It should be like a brick and mortar location.
Yes, not a fucking kiosk
It can
location.
be in like a little shopping mall or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
in a
Like there could be a
superstore.
GameStop next to it or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm talking about.
But let me say,
no.
I will say this, actually. I think
the same.
Walmart is always a little worse than everywhere else, just because of the fact that TikTokers are going to walk up to you and interview you or prank you.
the prices are so low.
I will literally go out of my way to not go to Walmart. Like,
You're tripping.
Walmart is where those TikTok interviewer prank people go. They don't go to Meijer. You never see them at Kroger.
You're not trying to get fucked. You'd never see him at Target.
I don't want to be, because I'm at Walmart, man. I'm not dressed right. My hair's probably fucked up. I probably just rolled out of bed. Walmart's always like 1 point below everywhere else. But for getting a haircut, if someone took your photo getting a haircut there, you're fucked. No matter where you're at.
You need to go to like a real haircut place. Listen, it's not like eating at the Subway that's inside Walmart. First of all, you're eating Subway. Subway is like one step above prisoner food. It's like prisoner food, Subway, and then like school cafeteria, like public school food, and then like fast food. That's like the echelons, the tiers of quality right there. So you can eat Subway in a Walmart because it's garbage anyways. You don't want a garbage cut in a garbage store. Same shit with Kroger and Meijer. HEBs for whatever Texas listeners, a Publix for our southern listeners. I don't think they have haircut places, but Ralph's for the West Coast people. I'm running out of restaurant. And
Buc-ee's,
grocery
can you
store
get a
chains.
haircut at Buc-ee's?
I don't think so, actually.
That's probably next.
I think they have showers there.
You can have shower sex at Buc-ee's.
Ooh.
Haircut at a truck stop.
You know what they're giving you.
Honestly, I
High
bet.
and tight.
Yep.
Yeah, they can't do nothing else.
Let me answer the first question.
Go to the truck stop barber and be like, can I get a French crop? Yeah, and a fade? Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
As resident gaming autist, I'm going to answer the first question. I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 this morning, just cause. If you half of the gaming community, it's split up in half. Like there's subsects, but I think gaming, if you look at it from the big picture, it's split in half. It's like people that play solo games, and that goes from anybody who plays MMOs. Mm-hmm. They play Civilization, they play God of War narrative, PlayStation, they play whatever. And then the other half is competitive gamers. It's the people that like to play other people at shit. They like to play
Fortnite,
2K, My Park
League.
Even though I will say, you're getting scammed playing these sports games. When I heard that somebody was buying the new 2K and it was $70, but no, I got to get the $100 version. And then that's not even scratching the surface of how much money I'm going to spend in the long run. That is a scam. Get away from that.
Sports
That's
games are a
you're not a gamer there. You're a gambler. At that point, you like spending money. That's not even about gaming.
Like the My Team.
But I think you
people
play
and all
Call of
that.
Duty. You're playing Warzone every day. That's all you play. You're a gamer. That's not stolen valor.
Gamer's game.
I would
Yeah.
say as long as you're not playing games on your phone.
Yeah, doesn't
it
count.
counts. But
I will say
you
this,
could play
though.
Warzone on your phone. You could play 2K on your phone. You could do that now, but I don't know. See, I don't know where to draw the line because
Right
if
here, I'll tell you
somebody's
right here. I'll tell
if
you
somebody's like I'm a gamer and I'm like, oh, what do you play? And he's like, well, since 15, I've only played Call of Duty and 2K.
He's a gamer though.
He's not a gamer. He plays the game.
I'll say if you're spending time and your console's on and you're staring at that screen and you're not looking at your phone,
Your hands on a controller.
you're a gamer.
Yeah.
But it gets closer to the line. Here's where it gets the closest to the line. And this is where this might be controversial. Girls that say I'm a gamer. They play Animal Crossing. They play The Sims. That's all they play.
That's the
Mario
same
Kart.
shit, though. They're playing
I
games.
think
I
they're more
agree.
gamers than the Call of Duty people.
They're not playing
Yeah.
as much. They're not putting as much hours in.
You'd be surprised.
Animal Crossing's one
The
thing.
hours
Be
don't matter.
surprised.
You can't play Animal Crossing 15 years.
I don't think the hours
Again,
matter.
you would be
Can,
surprised.
but you
Can.
can't, though.
There's
You
that
can,
old
but
lady
you
who's
can't.
still playing New Leaf, bro. She's playing New Leaf every day.
That's a 1%er.
But people still play New Leaf. And then The
It's-
Sims got
when you look
DLC coming out
but like
every month.
50% of gamers are playing Call of Duty for 15.
Yeah, I think the player
Listen.
base is different, but
Hey, if you had a farm, would you let your crops die? You wouldn't. So why would you do the same in Stardew Valley? Why would you stop playing? You know what I mean? Why would you not do the same? You know, you gotta play Stardew Valley for 15
I
years.
think I'm
10
going to
years,
defer to
20
the
years.
original statement. I think I'm going to go back. I'm going to say if you're looking at the screen, you're immersed, right?
You're a
not
gamer.
looking away. You're a gamer. You're a gamer. It's not stolen valor, but you're not playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 on a Saturday morning.
sorry, but the aquarium's closed today.
Gamer
Now stop
hour.
bothering me.
I was trying it on the 360. I had the Xbox version in the 360. It's backwards compatible.
They made Tony Hawk 4 for the Xbox original?
Yeah.
That's dope.
They made 2X,
I didn't know
3,
that.
4.
I like it a lot on
Underground
the
1 and 2.
GameCube. I think it plays very smooth on
My
the
only
GameCube
problem is it's made for a PS2 controller.
for the 4 buttons.
Because
right?
even on the Xbox controller, you know how you spine transfer on the Xbox?
Yes.
You press LT, RT, both of them.
Ooh.
Because one just rotates you.
Yeah.
Hate that. It just should be R2, just like PS2.
Yeah.
I hate getting used to pressing both at the same time to spine transfer.
So what is L2 on PS2?
Nothing. It lets you get into ollie position on the ground, but in the air it does nothing.
Doesn't spin?
L1, R1 spins. That's the problem. The Xbox controller originally didn't have bumpers and triggers.
Yeah,
It had the
yeah.
black and white button,
Ugh.
which would not be ideal for spinning.
No, hell no.
So that was their solution. The controller wasn't made for it. Also, it has stuttering issues. For some reason, you can play Tony Hawk 720p. It looks great. Stuttering. You can't have a game like
I
Tony
think
Hawk.
San Andreas stutters quite a bit on original Xbox as well.
Not to get too into the weeds here. We were
Here
talking
we
about
got it. He got stuttering and all this. This is his wheelhouse
Yeah,
right here.
we're done.
Fucking-
We're done with that. I'm getting
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
The color resolution isn't the same on this. Oh my god.
You're losing the color banding and the frame rate. Anyway,
You know when
Listen,
you
we
get a
all
TV out
have
of the
our
box, it's
passions.
never in game mode.
I'm done.
We all have our passions.
But we were talking about Pee Wee's Big Adventure last night. We all got together. I got obscenely high, and we watched Tim Burton's directorial debut, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. It was a really good movie. It was actually
That
really
started
good.
a lot of shit because learning that was the first movie Tim Burton did, like first full length movie. He did like shorts and stuff. His first feature film, and then Danny Elfman's feature film. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tim Burton's filmography, but it was like, well, it worked for Pee Wee's Playhouse. It's like him and Danny Elfman have they do like every fucking movie together.
That's good.
After that, it was just like, all right, Tim Burton's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna make some creepy shit, I guess, make it look weird. And Danny Elfman's gonna give you some music that's like la 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 dun 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 dun. Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That music was
Yeah.
Pee
great.
Wee's Playhouse set
That's a
the
whole
bar
genre.
for like 15 years for Tim Burton.
And without, I don't think without Pee Wee's Big Adventure, you'd have SpongeBob SquarePants. There was a
Yeah.
lot of similarities. We were talking about it a second ago in the opening
Yes,
scene of the movie.
yes.
Pee Wee's lifting up. Well, I guess not the opening scene. He was winning the Tour de France on this bike.
Yeah,
But after that,
and it wasn't even the Tour de France. It was like some fucking field in Missouri.
Yeah.
It was definitely not the Tour de
But
France,
it
but it
cuts to
said the
him-
Tour de France.
It cuts to him waking up in bed, and he's got these mouse slippers.
Yeah.
No, they're rabbit slippers, and he's got a carrot on the ground, and the rabbit, he's using his toes to make the rabbit sniff the carrot. It's ridiculous. You already know what you're getting into right away. Then he goes to do his little morning exercise, and he lifts his little 1-pound dumbbells and he can barely
Can't do it.
Well, before the exercise, he runs over Mr. Potato Head with the fire truck.
Oh, he's
Look
playing
out,
with
Mr.
toys.
Potato Head!
Yeah, he wakes up. He's immediately having fun.
Yeah.
So he's SpongeBob. You think about how he dresses. He's spiffy. He's nerdy. He's loud, obnoxious. But
He's an adult child.
But
Yeah.
everybody loves him. Like in SpongeBob, not the modern SpongeBob. Modern SpongeBob is a different. But first 3 seasons SpongeBob, he was lovable. Like people liked SpongeBob. Like even though he was annoying.
He was like a kid with a job.
Yeah.
He was still employee of the month.
And I think Pee-wee's a predecessor, man. I didn't watching it as an adult. You really see that. Yeah, it was a great movie.
And he has a bike, man. You know
Is
what
there-
I mean?
is there
As someone who got his bike stolen earlier this year, his cruiser too. I certainly relate to Pee-wee's Big
You
Adventure.
felt lost?
I felt
after?
lost 100%. I wish I could have gone to Texas to find my bike. I don't know who has my bike. And you know what? I've been asked a couple times, you ever see the guy who took your bike? I'm like, I don't know who took my bike. I'm like, why would I see my bike? Anyways, I relate
It was
to the
the
bike
Sopranos Trump. It was probably some black guy.
I relate to the bike theft, you know what I mean? And now I take Ubers everywhere. And let me tell you, I'm not mad at like taking Ubers everywhere. Like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I get around. The quality of Ubers is just, it's not the same anymore. It's just not the same. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure my Uber driver, he braked when he did not need to brake. There wasn't a squirrel. There wasn't nothing. He slowed down for like 5 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck's he doing? I thought something was wrong with his car. My Uber driver 100% slowed down to look at some ass. Some girl was walking by. He definitely slowed down to take a look at her ass. And then like a couple seconds later, I like looked like ahead, like kind of in his rearview mirror. We made eye contact. I'm like, I think he knows I know. And then
What's wrong with that?
slow down with get me to where I need to fucking go.
What's wrong
And
with
then
that?
he didn't even take me to the right place. He took me to like the building next. And then I'm like, well, you can just drop me off here. I'll walk there. You know what I mean? You can get out easier. And then he's like, oh, whatever you want to do. I'm like, what's easier for you? He's like, whatever you want to do. I'm like, just drop me off. Like, anytime an Uber driver drops you off, they're like, oh, it's the wrong place. Just get the fuck out and walk there. I can't with these people anymore.
What star rating did you give him?
You give them 5 every time. You just give them 5 every time because they can give you a rating. I don't know if you know. They can give you a rating. So if you're rambunctious in there, you know, and you got some 2-star Uber rating, people aren't going to want to pick you up. But also, like half the
I'm glad
time,
that exists because like I'm always well behaved and I'm glad it might get its recognition.
you have to be.
Yeah, I'm always well behaved.
If I'm not
Last
the
time
one calling it in, I'm saying whatever I want in that car.
Unless it's me, of course, because you respect me.
Still letting it fly. Letting it fly.
Once you take Ubers a lot, like I'm talking about like daytime Ubers, like Ubers to work, Ubers in the middle of the day, Ubers to get lunch. I'm not talking about like, oh my gosh, I'm done drinking on a Friday night at midnight. You'll get like you get an Uber driver that doesn't fuck with you. During the day, in the mornings, you'll just get whatever type of Uber driver. Like, you'll get a guy on the phone with his girlfriend, like, yeah, baby, I'm on my way. Like, oh, man, I'm like, I drop this guy off, then I'm going to do a couple more rides, and I'm going to come home. Like, you have to listen to these people's conversations. One time, this woman had her baby in the back seat. She's like, you got to sit in the front. And I'm like, why? I'm like, my big kid's back there, which is like, I have respect. But it's like, man, like, can I get half price because you got a baby in the car?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
She
If
got
I tell, you're not going to be able to work.
She got to
at
do
all.
what she got to do. I get it. But then yesterday I had the strangest Uber driver. This guy was like 75 fucking years old. He was like older than fuck. And on the radio I had to listen to like radio dramas. Like probably when he was 8 years old, he'd gather around the radio and it was like, and now we go to Detective Wedbeak, who is serving the mystery of Lady Tanya, famous actress. There's like this radio skit he has on in the fucking car. And it's like, I see the bullet holes. I can't believe they shot her. Who could it be? Diego, the bartender? No. It was Ricky, the gambler. Yeah. He hangs around her all the time. And then
That's
I'm like,
honestly better than my fucking last.
it was kind of fun, but I was like, I'd just rather just put on music, and then you have bad music. I'm like, I just don't. Maybe I am just full of resentment, but it's like, I don't want to hear anything from these drivers. I don't want to hear the fucking radio. Just get me there. And half the time they're asking you where to go. What the fuck does the GPS say?
I got a couple 4 stars when I was an Uber driver, only because people would ask, like, hey, can I sync to your Bluetooth? Can you play Post Malone? Can you... And my answer was always, it only
Hell
works
no.
on my phone. That's for one.
It only works on my phone is classic.
It only works on my phone.
That's classic.
And the second thing is, what, you don't like house music? What, you don't like the music I'm playing? And then they would say, no, we just want to hear Post Malone. I was like, you should have brought headphones. And I'm like, not trying to be an asshole, but I'm like, I'm not listening to Post Malone. I'm like, ma'am, it's 1 a.m.
There's a point where
there are 3 drunk bitches in my car. Do you think I want to hear, you probably think you'll be better now,
And they're going to be singing in the back.
Like, I don't
Oh
want to
my
hear none of
God.
that.
Your story, Flair, is better than the one I don't think I talked about this on here. My last Uber. I
Yeah.
don't take many Ubers. Excuse me. There was one Uber I took. The guy picks me up, and I go, hey, how you doing? Right from there, it was fucking downhill. Not doing that good. He's like one of them ashy, like GameStop black dudes. And he's like,
Killer at Smash
he's
Bros.
like, not good. And I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, what's wrong? What happened? And he's like, well, do you know that movie that just came out? And I'm like, what movie? I don't fucking know movies. I was like, oh, I can tell already. Borderlands. I could tell right away this guy was upset about the Borderlands movie. And I'm just like, oh, I heard that came out. Yeah. Because I think we talked about it. This is like 2 days after we recorded the pod. Where we were talking about the Borderlands
shit
movie.
about it.
Now, I'm not big on Borderlands. I didn't play Borderlands like that. It's not my type of game. This guy proceeds.
game.
I tell him that. And instead of just shutting up or talking about something that we can all relate to, he just goes on a diatribe. We have a 10-minute ride. The entire 10 minutes is about the lore of Borderlands and why the movie didn't meet the criteria. And he's telling me the names of protagonists. He's telling me the antagonist company name. And he's like, so yeah, there's this planet and they have this company and they're called the da-da-da. And they do this. And this character, his kind of thing is he. And I'm just like nodding. I'm like, dude, I'm like, are you serious? It's like wrestling fans that are like those type of wrestling fans that like don't shut the fuck up. And they're telling you what happened last night. No, not Flair. Also looking
I
at
was gonna
Flair.
say that's
It's
me
no-
and
No,
Flair.
it's none of you guys. You guys got me into wrestling a little bit. You know, you guys got me out to one of those shows. So
Because you have to learn what is like enough at face value to not bore somebody.
yeah, if I'm not
And
that
you
interested,
can't be talking with a
you're not going to get me that into it because you're super enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Just because you're super enthusiastic
Yeah.
about, I don't dropping these names and what they did in the storyline, dude. Shut the fuck up. I'm not dropping. I know when I'm talking too much about something. Like, let it go. Like, let's talk about something everybody can relate with. You know,
I want to give a quick YouTube
get
shout out.
pussy,
I
blah,
think
blah, blah.
I think Emp Lemon does a good job of that.
Freak out,
He's the
right?
guy who makes There Will Never Be Another series, and he did like There Will Never Be Another show like Monday Night Raw, and he explains why it was so huge at the time and whatever. He can get a casual eye into it and like get you more curious. Or he did like There Will Never Be Another Driver like Dale Earnhardt. I could give a fuck less about NASCAR,
but I'll watch that video.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's very good at explaining, and I think there has to be enough at face value, but enough fact to get somebody interested. And if
think
the
he made
fact
one
doesn't
on,
help, it has to be like, you know,
He made one on Aaron Rodgers of all people.
Really?
And because Aaron Rodgers did.
there will never be another junkie like Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think that's funny.
That
But no,
fucking
I think
pill
because
head.
Aaron Rodgers only won one, so he doesn't get put up with the greats. But he actually
Doesn't he
has,
have like 6 MVPs?
right. He does things out of spite. This guy, like, I'll just show you. I'll show you the video one time. I'm not going to go on a diatribe.
Bears.
But no, he's impressive, and obviously you can't just win a Super Bowl as a good player because football is such a team coordinated sport. But so he doesn't get put up there. But you know, there was times when they drafted Jordan Love, he won MVP that year and the next year out of spite.
Wow.
Because the Green Bay Packers are thinking, okay, Aaron Rodgers is like 37
next
now.
up.
He's getting old.
Yeah.
We'll draft this young guy. He won MVP twice. So I think he doesn't get put up there with Tom Brady and Mahomes, but I think he should. He's also the highest rated like in ratings when it comes to like, I don't know, PFR or whatever. the
Maybe you
fuck.
could have won more Super Bowls. You weren't popping those fucking Percocet like freaking juju
They all
bees
are,
out
dude.
there.
Calvin was out there blowed and on. And
Tom
on
Brady
Jerry.
was definitely on them pills because he got hella plastic surgery, so he definitely was on like some
Tom Brady
painkillers
was
all the
off.
time.
He's off the George St. Pierre.
He
shit.
looks like Zac
Yeah.
Efron now. You seen Zac
Yeah.
Efron lately? He looks like I was saying the other night. The girl in the
poor Zac
Pee-wee's
Efron's-
Adventure looked like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I think they should do a Buzz Lightyear movie.
Simone looks like
Zac
Buzz
Efron's
Lightyear.
been in like 50 different like freak accidents. He like hit his head and like drowned in a pool or something like that. He got in a bad car accident. So he had
Yeah,
to get all
he
this
actually
reconstructive
needed
surgery.
it.
Poor
You know how they
Zac
did-
Efron, he been through it, man.
You remember that Buzz Lightyear movie they did where they just kept
Buzz.
they just kept memeing it, saying he looked like a cop.
body,
Yeah, the
body
real-
cam Buzz.
Yeah,
I've never heard about that movie. I'm gonna assume it
I
flopped.
don't think anyone give a fuck
Who
about
played him? Was it Channing Tatum?
I don't know if it was Tim. It was not a real live action one. I think it was Tim Allen doing the voice. It was like
I
a
don't
3D
think so.
movie.
I think it was like Channing Tatum.
Maybe it was
live
I don't know.
action.
It wasn't live action, but it
Either
was.
Channing
Magic
Tatum did the
Mike?
voice
I
of
think
Buzz?
Channing Tatum did the voice. Yeah,
You know what's awesome?
Possible.
it was
I got-
somebody. Hang on.
So here's what's cool. I got this thing that I just
I'm
pulled out of
looking
my
at it.
pocket. It's called a smartphone. And what it does, you can make calls and send text messages just like a cell phone, but also it has an internet browser feature, and we can use Google to find out questions like this, like who voiced Buzz Lightyear in the movie Lightyear, a reimagining and an origin story of Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story
I don't think-
franchise. Very beloved.
I don't think anybody realizes this. With Zac Efron's misfortune and all the surgery, it's led up to this moment where he should be Buzz Lightyear. Look at him.
It was Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Captain
Chris
America.
Evans.
That makes sense.
Close enough.
All that guy does is get Disney checks. Fucking pussy. He definitely got some.
The budget was $200 million. It
My
made
bad. I'm
220.
playing.
So I would consider that a flop, considering if you spend $200 million, you're not trying to make 20.
In Hollywood, as I like to call it, get ready for this. Can I get a drum roll? As I like to call it, HollyWEIRD. It's all.
you
Here
make that
all
up?
week, folks.
Yeah, I made that up right now.
Nice.
HollyWEIRD. Oh, it's all run by a certain ethnicity and race of people. But anyways, Hollywood. You know, a movie costs $100 million to make, and they make back $200 million. Then it's like, well, you don't get a sequel. You'll never get to make another movie again. We won't put it on streaming because we wanted to make $500 fucking trillion. Yeah, asshole. And that's why movies aren't good no more.
Yeah, they don't make fun stuff that doesn't matter that about the they don't make fun
They
stuff
make
that
Lightyear.
they don't make inconsequential stuff
In the
anymore.
Borderlands movie. Do you know what it is? These people are like just so out of touch and so like I don't know who's making these big decisions with the money and stuff like that. Like, let's give this guy money to make a movie, but it's like they don't know what the fuck people want. That's why you get these shit ass video game movies. That's why you get here's a Buzz Lightyear origin prequel movie. Like, who gives a fuck about it's a toy for fuck's sake.
Well, the problem is there's a guy with a vision, with a script and a directorial mind. He makes the movie, and then as soon as it's done, they get to editing, and these producers get their hands on it, and then you lose control. And then they're like, "Well, I don't think it's." Even though you did this whole movie with this whole vision, we're gonna take it from here.
We have
and
to
you
cut
get
this-
you get everything taken from you, and then they put out some shit, and it sucks.
We have to cut this joke. We were projected to make 120 million in China. They're not gonna, their audience is not going to understand that. It's not going to translate. So you have to do something about this script.
They should just
They
make
just
movies.
don't know what people want. That's what it is. That's why there's a million fucking remakes. Not that they're lazy. They just ran out of ideas.
That's why that Tubi is so good because, or no, what was it? Pluto.
That Pluto got classics
Well,
on
the
there.
Tubi
bro.
has
Oh
the
my
movies,
God.
the hood flicks. Now, if we didn't
Yeah.
have Tubi, they'd be for sale at the Shell at 12 and Crooks.
If anyone is listening, please, I'm begging you, any of us, I want to be in a hood Tubi movie. Let me play a white stereotype. Let me play like an evil cop or like a nerdy principal or something like that. Like, I told you I don't want you playing that music in my fucking hallways. And I like, the kids give me a wedgie or something like that. You guys can, like, I want to be, like, you can make a mockery of me. You know what I mean? I want to be Tom Arnold in Soul Plane, but I would love to be in a Tubi movie. I think all of us would. Please. Imagine us as fucking cops in a hood Tubi movie. You know what I mean?
Are we allowed to say it in the movie?
if the script calls for it.
No, we're going to ad lib that one. It doesn't say it anywhere in the script, but I say it, and the director loved it so much.
If we say it, we have to get ours at the end of the movie. We have to get killed or something like that, or like, you know, fall off a cliff in the cop car.
Real quick,
imagine playing
talking
cops in a
about
movie,
like
though. That'd be
flops and movies people didn't really ask for. You guys remember the Ninja Turtles movie like last year? It had Jackie Chan, John Cena.
We went out and
I
saw
heard that
that,
was
and it
cool.
was kind of mid.
It was kind of I don't know
Well,
if
it
it was
wasn't
good.
for us.
I don't know if it was good or bad.
It wasn't
because
for
like
us.
they're saying, "Yo, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese." They're just being very TikTok-y in the movie.
Yeah.
Again, they
And-
don't know what people want.
So I looked up. You know, it had all those people in it. It had Gus from Breaking Bad. It had so many people in it. The budget was $70 million, and it made $180. That's a movie nobody asked for, but still did well.
I bet you they don't even think it did well. Even though they made that much,
Yeah,
I bet
mean,
you they think that wasn't enough.
Making 110
Honestly,
off of a
yes.
movie nobody asked for is pretty good, though.
The world's gotten too
I would
greedy.
think. I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's no sequel and those people up top were like, it was supposed to make 280.
Yeah, true. Maybe.
know what I mean?
I could see that.
This doesn't meet our projections.
Yeah. It used to be if it broke even, it was good. Like good enough. 'Cause
Yeah.
Then there was the DVD sales that would come a year
Yeah.
later. There's none of that now.
You know
Flair,
what it
kinda
is?
touched on.
You know what it is? Go woke, go broke. That's what it is.
That was a woke
I
movie.
see that all the time.
More
and
like
that's not why.
Teenage Mutant Woke Turtles. Yeah.
I feel like that's not really like they're touching on something, but it's not the full story. Like I don't think
Back in
you
my
turn
day,
on, you turn on Fortnite, you can change your skins, right? You can play as a fucking girl. More like woke night. Am I right? I don't want to play that shit.
Back in my day, April O'Neil was a piece of ass.
Yeah.
Now she's just some fat black bitch.
Hey, more like
Daphne
More
used
like-
to be a cold white bitch with a thick booty.
Daphne.
No. I'm thinking of Velma.
Yeah.
Hey, Velma, you know what? More
She'd
like
be bending over my glasses with her ass
more like
out.
more like woke mom. Am I right? You know
They had to
making
make her. They had to make her look like Kamala.
Hey, you know what they're doing? They're making a Toy Story 5. You guys see that? You know what they should call it?
Are they really?
They should call it Woke Story
Yes.
Jesus.
Did you know recently?
5. Disney more like woke.
4 was
I'm
so
done.
bad,
This joke
too.
is exhausted.
Recently, who's that director that did fucking Pulp Fiction?
Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino recently came out, said Toy Story is one of his favorite movies ever.
Honestly,
he
same.
said, and I agree with
Same.
him. I agree with this whole statement. He said 1 through 3. He's like that was one of the best trilogies because they don't outshine each other. But he's like 3 was such a good movie. It was a great close. There's a scene in Toy Story 3 where the toys are accepting death. A whole like 30-second sequence. They're accepting death.
We're holding each other in the theaters crying. When
And
I
they
saw that
looked
as a
at the
kid.
fire. They said, you know, as the viewer, that death is the only option. They have to embrace it. It was crazy. That movie had the best ending. I never saw 4. And Quentin Tarantino said the same thing. He's like, I never saw 4. Now they're doing 5. He's like, I don't know why. He's like, it was ended perfectly.
Money
4 was
hungry.
cool, but it's the worst one. I saw it with my mommy.
It was no good.
I love Toy Story 1. I watched it with my nephew this year. Still, I will watch Toy Story like once a year. That movie
Toy
is
Story
like
1's great. 2's great.
It's a
3's
fantastic
great.
movie.
2 was awesome. They brought in Zurg.
I'm also on the spectrum.
I tried watching Toy Story 2 a couple years
He was
ago.
like Darth Vader.
And when Zurg came up, I texted Austin immediately. I'm like, yo, you are so right. Zurg is so cool in that movie. Like, just
Zurg
his
is
presence
badass.
is so cool. They're fighting in the vents with Buzz Lightyear.
You know what I'm kind of bummed out about? I've been to about, I would say 11 or 12 anime conventions. Not to expose myself, but I have.
Nobody's
been.
dressed as Zurg.
That's what I'm gonna say. Now that I think about it, I'm like, I've never seen anyone dressed as Zurg. I've seen so much crazy shit. I've seen random shit from Tim and Eric Andre skit. Just the most.
I saw
niche
somebody
things you
dressed
can
up
see
as
it.
Billy Bass, talking Billy Bass.
What's
It's
that?
You know that fish that they hang on the wall and press?
And The
Yeah.
Sopranos has the
Yeah.
"Take me to the river."
We used to have
take
one.
So like
me
they
to
made
the
something that
water."
goes around their head and they're wearing a fish mask
Mm-hmm.
and they would be like turned sideways and then you could push this button and then Take Me to the River would play and then they just turn their head and start moving their lips. And the rest of their fit is just like a black morph suit. It was
Wow,
hilarious.
that's
And then they
crazy.
had a big as seen on TV shirt.
That's
I've
cool.
seen like
Yeah.
everyone you could think of. I've seen a Smitty Werben Jaegerman Jensen cosplay. That was
That's
one of my
hard.
favorites. I've seen a
Is that
craft.
from SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Yes,
He was
number
number one.
What do you mean? He was number one.
Number one.
He was
course.
number one. I've seen Kraft Punk more than once.
Yeah.
Kraft
I've
Punk's
seen
a
Kraft
fit.
Punk.
That's
Every
good.
time I see Kraft Punk, I go fuck you, Kraft Punk, and everyone's walking around just goes fuck you, Kraft Punk.
That's you gotta
It's
be
awesome.
you gotta have nerves of steel to dress like him.
Everyone
because
just-
you take
Yeah.
a beating.
Everyone tells you to go fuck yourself. It's awesome. I've never seen a Zurg cosplay. You kind of just give me an idea right now.
Yeah.
That
Zurg
would
is
go
cold,
crazy.
bro.
I've seen everyone
The
you can think.
evil
Watch.
Watch, you're gonna
Emperor
go and you're gonna
Zurg.
find one. You're gonna be like, oh, what? If
Oh,
this gotta
man,
change?
there's
and
one
his is
coming up-
colder. His is like
You
better.
got to make like a tennis ball blaster or something.
That'd be awesome. There's one coming up. Maybe I'll see a Zurg this year. I don't know.
So
I've seen Woody and Buzz.
Flair kind of touched on HollyWEIRD being ran by a certain
Hollywood.
demographic.
Dude, I should trademark that.
I wanna touch.
I'm
on,
kidding.
I want to
kidding.
touch on a certain demographic, and it's the same demographic running brain rot. The big news is that
Yes.
Big AJ and his entire family
Flair is
are Jewish.
distraught
That's
right
not Jew. That's not news.
That is
now.
news.
He said that's not Jews.
I feel bad for them because
I feel bad for them too
because I feel like their comments are going to be full of bullshit like that. Now they're going to be like some
I haven't
hateful
seen
shit
it yet.
now.
They had a video like a day ago. I haven't seen it yet.
Thank God. You know what? They are protected. They're honestly.
They're protected under the umbrella
you know what I've
of
noticed?
Judaism.
We talked about the Wii for a few episodes. Big AJ and Big
Rizzler put
Justice.
his blessing on them.
The Rizzler put his 2 weeks in. He said, "I'm not fiddling with these Jews no more.
The Costco
I'm not
guys.
fiddling with the fiddlers on the roof no
The
more."
Costco guys multiverse has become like a topic for the past few.
But bro,
weeks.
Desmond, they linked up with Desmond Benjamin, and he's a black Israelite. I don't know what to think anymore. It's all ran by Jews, man. It bothers me.
I looked up. The
I can't even
origins-
brain rot in peace without the
I looked
Jews
up. I looked up the.
coming in there.
I looked up the origins of Yakub the other
Desmond
day.
Benjamin.
I
being
can't go
a black
anywhere. These
Israelite.
Jews are everywhere.
Jesus, fucking relax. Jesus
What is it? What is your name? Righteous brother Desmond Benjamin. Don't talk in this mic and I'll buy you whatever you want. I control the weather.
I don't know.
You're not supposed to say anything.
We need a black Israelite to come on the pod and just we gotta answer some questions.
I like looked into. I got really.
I just want to make him uncomfortable. I want to touch his beard. Like there's a famous fake stream. I think it was like fake, but it was this one guy who used to do the Jesus chat line, and he eventually ventured off into the trucking network. It was like T. Rucker. He had a trucking podcast, and he would stream. So he had this fake guy come in who runs the trucking network. He was trying to get syndication, whatever. It was like this whole fake story. But the girl who's helping him out on the show keeps touching that guy. He's like, please don't touch me, Amanda. And she just kept touching him, like, over and over. What? That's what I do to the black Israelite.
Keep touching his hair?
Like, no, his shoulders. Like, I don't know. I just thought you could use a shoulder up. He's like, that's fine, but don't touch me, Amanda.
Just keep putting your hands on him.
I saw a guy pull up on Jake the Snake, the wrestler.
Yeah.
He pulled up on him and scared the shit out of
him.
He was like, Jake the Snake!
Yeah.
He shook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was pissed, and the guy kept, let me get a picture! He's like, that's fine, you're a fan, but like, don't touch me.
He wouldn't hug him.
I wouldn't hug him either.
Who wants to hug Jake the Snake? Wrestling fans are dirty, man.
This guy, dude. This guy is...
Jake the Snake certainly don't want to hug you.
I think I have that video queued because I sent it to Dre Day.
Should have DDT'd.
Dre Day thought it was funny as hell.
Which one?
The Jake the Snake video. Anytime I get something funny and wrestling related, I send it to him. He's a real squared circle member for sure.
Shot to our squared circle, you fucking loser.
Put it right up on the mic. Right up.
Fuck the windscreen. Put it up. Yeah.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. Can I get a hug, man? I want you. You're not Jake the Snake, man. What do you mean I'm not Jake the Snake? Jake, I love you, man. What's up, man? What's up, man? Hey, you know me, remember?
They look like they're in a basement.
Yo, Jake, what's up, man? I love you, man.
You better back the fuck up.
Yo, Jake, come on.
Back the fuck up.
Yo, Jake, come on.
This ain't no playing now.
Man's like 70 years old.
So it's old
this ain't no playing now.
Old ass Jake the Snake, and there's a shirtless guy screaming.
Jake
There's a shirtless guy. I love you, man. I love you. Give me a hug, man.
They look like they're in a basement in Detroit.
He's grown as hell. He looks older than us.
Yeah. I mean, fans are crazy.
I'm not a big fan of what's his name? Kill Tony Hinchcliffe. Is that his name?
Not a fan.
I'm not a big fan of him or his show, but he tells a story of he's a wrestling fan as well, but
he's not.
He is.
He's a fucking stupid mark. He's a fucking
He knows
casual.
his history. He knows his history.
Doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Tony?
Barely.
He knows his history. He was on Joe Rogan, and he was telling this story about how Jake the Snake was going to have his snake bite Macho Man, and Macho Man, you know, being a part of the demographic that controls everything, he wants to know, look, man, you either have that snake bite you right now or he's not biting me, or we got a problem because I don't believe you took the venom out of him. Is he fixed? Is he, you know, so he made Macho Man, like, he made Jake the Snake bite himself with his own snake, and he's cold, you know, like, he wasn't ready. Like, he had to, we're not in front of the crowd, there's nothing, you know. He's like, man, this fucking bastard made me get bitten by my own snake. So when it was time for him to get bitten, like in front of the crowd, for Macho Man to get bitten on the bicep, it's a crazy thing. Like a fixed cobra biting the shit out of him on TV on a Saturday morning. Imagine like coming home from like day camp or whatever, you see a fucking snake bite a guy's bicep. But when it was time for him to bite him, like Jake the Snake tells the story. He's like, I fucking paintbrushed that damn snake. I slapped the shit out of him because I wanted him to cling on so hard. And you see this snake biting the fuck out of Macho Man, and there's just a horrified kid in the first row. And that's why I say he knows his history, because he's like, zoom in on the kid. Because he knew right away, he's like, look at that kid behind him. He's horrified.
Yeah.
He's like, that kid busted 30 nuts. He doesn't know what to believe.
Anytime Rogan has a wrestler on, Tony Hinchcliffe like sucks him off. He's like, please let me be a guest on that episode. And then like he'll like Tony Hinchcliffe will like talk like the wrestling secrets. He'll be like, you know, when they do a headlock, they're actually talking. And it's like, you know what? You have a wrestler on? Why don't you let the guy that wrestled tell us that? You know what I mean? Like,
because the wrestler ain't going to expose the business.
They recently said,
you know, now they do.
On Kill Tony, I don't really watch it. People always tell me, you'd love it.
I don't know how
I've
people.
seen it.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know what the point of it is. I don't know how people watch it for 2 hours. Just like, okay, we have this one. Like, all right, please welcome this one fucking asshole who's never done comedy to come up do 5 minutes.
I get the allure. There's a hat, and they draw from the hat. But recently, they've exposed the hat's fake. There's guys
It's
coming
too
out.
big.
They pull the thing out of the hat before he's even read the note. The guy's already coming on stage. They've exposed the hat. It's done. And then Joe Rogan's just gotten to the point where he's like Theo Von said, he looked like a turkey. He looks like a turkey before you put it in the oven.
He's not human anymore.
It's just, and he's got the mothership. That's his thing. I don't know. It's too. I don't know. It's gotten to the point where it's become like normie almost.
When did comedians become so unlikable? I think we touched
the
on
moment
this
they were
barely.
shoved in your face. We talked about this.
Yeah.
They're shoved in your face on your phone. It's not a place to laugh. Like I laugh at dumb shit like a guy getting hit by a truck like on my phone. I don't laugh at a bit.
Yeah.
You know, you shoved this reel on my face, 60-second bit. I'm not gonna get the same laugh if I was drunk in the club.
I laugh at stuff like Fancy Chef 2013. I don't laugh at Shane Gillis, giving me his fucking political.
No, if I was
outtakes.
at a club drinking, I'm there to laugh. That's a different vibe.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
there and I'm gonna be in the mindset. But when I'm scrolling, I just saw a guy get hit by a truck, and then I see your bit. It's not the medium for stand up, but so many people are drawn to it. I mean, it's so many people. I think this guy. I think fucking Andrew Schultz. Give me a fucking break, Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz is just G-Eazy with no musical talent.
Yeah. He's ass.
Andrew Schultz has like one of the worst haircuts I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my whole life.
He got the G-Eazy John.
I'm sick of seeing his ankles. Cover them boys up.
Yeah. Capris aren't for you, bro.
Come on.
I'll beat your ass.
Capris aren't for you the same way large T-shirts aren't for me right now.
I don't want to see rich people like that were rich kids like being loud. Shut up. You're not funny. You're not cool.
Comedy's huge now. I wish it wasn't.
That's why our show
Getting
is so.
to everyone's head.
That's why our show there's a space because we're not fucking comics. We're just like regular people. Like I've seen that the Tony Hinchcliffe fans, their subreddit, they're turning on them
Because they know it's fake. They know it's faker than
they're sick of them
wrestling
because
them.
these guys they're comics. They get egos. Fuck that, dude.
Why is it everything shares the same fate as wrestling? It's like the second you find out it's fake, you either hate it or you're like, okay, let me go a little bit deeper into it to see what this makes. And if I like them, I'll make excuses.
Not to harp on this, but I think this all the time. Everything is wrestling. Even politics. All you need is one good promo, one good speech, one good little catchphrase. LA Knight's got, yeah, the whole crowd goes crazy. Fucking, Obama says change. All you need is a catchphrase. All you need is a personality. You know what I mean? Hulk Hogan made $1 jillion. That guy did 4 fucking moves and he sucked balls. But people loved Hulk Hogan because he said cool shit.
Yeah, he sold the
Everything.
character.
Everything's wrestling. Theater's
Donald
wrestling.
Trump is wrestling.
Donald Trump is wrestling. Donald Trump is literally in the WWE Hall of fucking Fame.
I've always said
Everything
this,
is wrestling.
I've always said this too. Wrestlers, they have a unique place in society because they're the only like people with a special move. Like a fighting game. Like Goku has
Like
a
a
special
fatality.
move.
He's a Kamehameha.
Goku has a Kamehameha, he's a spirit bomb. You know what I mean? These guys are real people. They're built like superhumans and they have moves. They have a Kamehameha. They have a spirit bomb. That's why they hold a cool place in society.
Listen, you think of the greatest fighters of all time. You're thinking of Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? Mike Tyson, Khabib, like all these incredible people, these submission specialists, these knockout artists. You know what they don't have? The F5. Okay?
the people's elbow.
The people's elbow. They don't have the phenomenal forearm. Oh my God, Conor McGregor.
phenomenal forearm.
Conor McGregor runs his mouth all the fucking time. I bet you $1 million. One F5, Conor McGregor, one fake ass wrestling move. That one F5 would have him out for a week.
We used to do them for real. I mean, I put my little brother in the walls of Jericho one time.
The walls of Jericho doesn't hurt.
It can.
You gotta sell
Bullshit, it doesn't
You
hurt.
gotta sell it.
It can
Bullshit.
hurt. It can.
An
hurt.
MMA fight has ended because of the walls of Jericho. And it says submission, Boston Crab.
Boston Crab.
Yeah.
See, UFC fighters and boxers need like signature moves or something like that. They need
Yeah,
like
how come
something.
Well, they
don't.
do. Some do. John Jones spinning elbow.
But it's
No, it needs a name. Is what I'm
Chan
saying.
Sung Jung
yeah.
got the
If
twister.
John Jones spinning elbow was
It
called
needs like the John Jones blast.
the
He does, like,
360 hammer. Or
he does a
something.
little taunt before he does it.
The picogram punch.
Yeah.
Because he was off a picogram of steroids.
Maybe he gets the crowd fired up to go like John Jones blast. Then he like does the spinning elbow or whatever. Like,
As you spark up that joint, I'm reminded that they should sell Reggies at the gas station.
they
Honestly,
should.
yes.
'Cause let's say-
24-hour Reggie sales.
Look. You should get to the dispo before they close. Usually they close at 8 at the very. You can get there, but let's say there's a day you're fucked up. You wake up, you're just off your shit, and you miss the dispo. What are you supposed to do? Get off your shift or wake up from your your coma and not smoke that day?
You get off work at 9, 10 p.m. Most dispensaries close 9-10 p.m.
And we all know sometimes you're fucked up. Sometimes you didn't plan ahead. It happens.
Yeah. And then you realize, like, fuck, I only have 2 pinners worth at home. And, this is more of a 2-3 cannon kind of night.
And those 2 pinners, the weed that you're going to use them, has been sitting on that tray for weeks.
It's stale.
It's stale.
Yeah.
It's not like breaking down fresh bud.
No.
It doesn't taste right.
Reggie's at the gas station sold by, like, Marlboro or, like, Salem.
No. They should sell it the way we bought it.
Oh, just in a bag.
You know how you
No,
used
the
to,
guy behind the counter weighs it up.
he weighs it up, but remember you used to have a pack of cigarettes. The piece of cellophane comes off of the Newport pack.
Yes.
And you put it in the cellophane
Yes.
and you burn the top to close it. You burned it closed.
Now,
You melted it.
in Michigan, when you go and buy weed from the dispensary, you can buy an ounce recreationally or 2.5 medicinally. What do you think the limit should be on Reggie's at the gas station? I think like
An eighth.
Yeah, 3.5.
It's an emergency only.
Yeah.
But it's Reggie. You're not gonna get so high that you don't change your kid's diaper or something.
There is some fire Reggie out there.
Now we talked about this. If we could reenact 15 years old, where you have $30 between the 4 of you, and you spend all day trying to find a bag, and you settle for the Reggies, and then they finally drop it off hours later.
I think you just get higher because you've been waiting all day and you've been walking all day.
Yes.
So your feet are barking. You're
Yeah.
tired.
You're not drinking water or eating much
no,
either. You're
You're
eating.
starving.
Yeah.
And you spend all your food money on weed.
And then remember when we did that one time, we smoked, and you walk around when you smoke. You walk through the neighborhoods, and you smoke, and you pass the joint while you're walking because you can't smoke inside because you're 15. And
And you can't smoke outside because you're 15 and people will call the cops.
so you got to walk around and be kind of low-key. And then you get to Taco Bell, and then those kids from school, that girl pulls up with the big nose, and you turn around and you go, schnoz.
right in her face.
Yeah, that just to rehash, yeah, we did that.
You did that.
It was a joint effort. We got high.
Well, listen, I laughed. I'm
we
not
got
gonna.
high, and we went to the booths. And, you're 15, there's a local Taco Bell, everybody pulls up there.
Hi, Nick.
She goes, hi. And I turn around and I go, schnoz. And we're dying. Let's just say that girl got a nose job since then.
Her friend had the most egregious camel toe, still to this
Oh.
day,
Oh
I've
my
ever
God.
seen. And that camel toe was breastfed muscle milk as a kid. And her camel toe also said, "What up, dough?"
That was so funny because in that very Taco Bell, there would be these bake. It was almost like battle rapping, but
Roast
without
sessions.
rapping. It was
It's
just,
like Yo Mama, but
it was so funny to witness. The black kids would go to Taco Bell and everybody would be, you are this, oh, you're looking ass this. It was just back and forth. It was hilarious. And we're all broke. We're all buying, just so they don't kick us out. Every once in a while, somebody buys a flatbread for
or a
$1.
cinnamon twist.
Or a fucking Mountain Dew. And it's so funny. Austin was up there at the forefront. This is right when I met you. You were right up at the forefront with the black kids, and you and K-Sam were going back and forth. RP K-Sam, real king.
Rip, bro.
He
He was the first person I ever said, "What are those to?" I said, "What are those?" to his shoes before the Vine.
That was a thing. We
Yeah.
would do that. And fake polo was a insult.
What was he
Yep.
wearing?
So I said,
We don't know because we asked.
"Yeah,
what are
we
those?
asked him what are they, and he couldn't answer."
But
So-
Austin told him it was iconic, and this is like right when him and I became really good friends. He told him, K-San had a long neck.
yeah, long,
It was
strong neck.
He had a strong neck, and he said, "Yo, neck got a 6-pack. Yo, neck was breastfed muscle milk."
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. It was great. It was
Whole
so great.
crowd dying.
And then a year later, he tells this girl in the same Taco Bell
that
that
her camel toe was breastfed muscle milk, and it said, "What up, dough?"
your camel toe said, "What up, dough?"
Yeah,
Which,
you're-
if you're not from Detroit, that's a classic
like greeting.
euphemism.
Man, she ignored that no pets allowed sign and just brought that camel toe straight into the Taco Bell, huh?
Well,
She
it's not
did.
the camel itself, just its toe. It's like a rabbit's foot. I used to have a blue rabbit's foot when I was a kid, a lucky rabbit's foot.
I had a pink one.
It didn't bring me much luck,
No, poor rabbit.
right? Did they take it from a rabbit who didn't need it anymore, or did they kill the
Or is
rabbit?
it like
and-
a faux foot?
That's interesting. Can you legally have a rabbit's fucking foot?
Probably. If you're allowed to eat them, you're definitely allowed to
You
taxidermy.
can taxidermy
Yeah,
them.
if I take a bow to a rabbit out in the wild,
That's yours. I don't think it's like illegal. It's not like shooting a
Berkeley?
deer in public.
there's actually like an overpopulation of them. There's that term, fucking like rabbits, because they fuck like crazy. They have a million fucking babies. But
Man,
cats is a real issue with cats.
I hope-
Biggest lie Rick
I wish
Ross
I was a
ever
rabbit.
told.
Real shit.
Biggest lie Rick Ross ever told. Fuck
Freak
him like a
hour.
rabbit. Imagining Rick Ross mounting a woman from behind and fucking him like a rabbit does, that's a lie.
Look, go ahead and YouTube rabbit fucking. When it's done, it does like a jump. First of all, it's like 10 seconds tops, and then it jumps when it nuts, and then it jumps like a like a spring.
Hey, Rick Ross is being vulnerable. Fuck her like a rabbit. He only lasts like 5-6 strokes.
That
10
was actually
seconds in.
that was vulnerable. That was actually really.
Feed these bitches carrots. Fuck them like a rabbit. Sorry, that's a habit. Smoke a spliff and then I vanish.
Don't stop, pop that. Don't stop, pop that, pop that, pop
Real
that.
hip hop.
Man, you had to be there, bro.
You had to be there for that real
Rose.
hip hop.
Speaking
French
of
Montana
shenanigans,
is real hip hop.
Going to shenanigans. We
Oh, Shenanigans. Don't get me started on Shenanigans. Oh, man.
yeah. If you want to talk about your
Don't
bar
get
story,
me started
please,
on Shenanigans.
because
So
I
went to a
haven't
place.
gotten the full story really.
I went to
We've
a
been
place.
waiting.
Not to put these guys on blast, but I went to a bar called Shenanigans near my city. Now, where I live is not it's not like the hood. It's not like some fucking shithole. It's not bad. But
You guys know 8 Mile on the movie 8 Mile? It's kind of like that, but less trailery.
I live in a very white trash community is a good way of putting it. Nice is not the very
I
first
don't
word
even know
that comes
because
to
I
mind.
feel like white people in this building are the minority.
White, white. It's a white trash. I live in a white trash city, but so I went to a white trash dive bar, called Shenanigans, and honestly, no exaggeration, I thought John Taffer was about to walk in at any moment. I straight up did not have a good time. It cost me an Uber to get there.
You were texting us saying you were having the time of your life.
I was not having the time of my life. I was in the exact opposite. I sit down.
He had the time of his life.
Hey, life is not a waste of time. Time is not a waste of life. So let's stop wasting time, get wasted, and have the time of our lives. Dale.
We're gonna say that tonight.
I did not have the time of my life at Shenanigans. It was the most bar rescue ass bar I've ever been to. Let me tell you. So, there's fucking 7 people sitting at the bar. You would have thought it was goddamn New Year's Eve, the day before Thanksgiving. The two bartenders for 7 people are fighting with each other. Then one bartender's like, fuck this, I'm not ringing people up. You're not taking names for tabs. You're not collecting tabs. Who am I supposed to ring up? Where does this order go? I don't know where this fucking burger's supposed to go. Fuck this. And then she goes and starts grilling, and it's like hot out. And she's grilling burgers. She's grilling like 2 burgers. She's like, fuck, it's so hot. The bartender, fuck, it's so hot. She's hitting her nicotine breeze, her vape. She's hitting her vape over the bar, sweating over the bar. Fuck, fat, big, burly Midwest bitch,
Large
shitty,
Marge.
large Marge, big, shitty, staph infection tattoos on the titties, you know what I mean, right on the cleavage, everything you could imagine. And sweating over the burgers, cussing, fuck, I've been cooking fucking burgers all fucking day. So the bartenders are fighting with each other. I'm sitting there like 6-7 minutes. No one's come up to me at all for anything yet. So after a while, I just walk up to the bar and get a drink. And the bartender just doesn't say hi or say, hey, what can I get you? She looks like she's worked the shift of her life with the 5 people sitting at the bar. She looks me dead in the eyes. She looks like Edna from The Incredibles, but it looks like she has that haircut, but she did it herself. Looks me dead in the eyes, doesn't say hi or anything. I'm like, just Miller Lite bottle. She just gives me a bottle, doesn't ask me for ID, doesn't ask me for card. I'm like, I could have just drank this beer and just walked out, which is what I should have done, but I didn't. And then 2 regulars walk in, is what I assume, because they're like saying what up to the bartenders, hey, blah, 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 whatever. And then the woman behind the bar who's, hitting her vape and sweating and cussing over the burgers goes, guys, I can't make fucking burgers. I need a break. I've been making burgers all fucking day.
Oh my god.
And so the 2 regulars sit down, they grab a beer, and then she runs out a burger, and they're not taking names or nothing like that. And so the regular is holding up this whoever's person's food this is, going, hey, who had a burger? Medium well. Whose fucking burger is this? And I'm like, there's so much going on. I literally see 2 people sit down, take a look around for a minute, and then leave. And then another bartender comes. A 3rd bartender finally comes in. She's like, hey, you just had 2 customers leave. They're like, I don't give a fuck. And then...
Wow, they don't give a fuck.
And
That
then
place would be
I
closed.
cashed it out, and it was like I could have been ready for John Taffer to walk in. I do see one guy come out of the kitchen, and he's like the fattest man I've seen all month. He's like 380 pounds, you know what I mean? Tank top, tank top and shorts on, Nike Monarchs. He's got a fucking sweaty-ass headband on. And I see him go out. I'm like, oh, he's in the kitchen. I'm like, this guy's probably going out to smoke a cigarette. I leave the bar after 1 drink because fuck that place. It was horrible. And what do I see? I'm leaving the bar. The guy who's in the kitchen is on the fucking roof. He's on the roof doing something. I see a ladder on the side of the building. He's lowering a propane tank of some sort via a rope. I'm like, what is going on here? You got the guy in the kitchen on the roof. You got the bartenders fighting with each other.
My God. That's like that's one of those places that it's almost shitty. It's unfortunate that you were there by yourself. Because if we were all there, it'd be like a funny experience. But you're just like watching it alone.
Honestly, it was one of the best days of my life.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It was the worst time I've ever had at a bar, but it was the most fun I've ever had in a fucked up way because I'm such a big Bar Rescue fan that I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is like when John Taffer's in the car with his crew and they have the camera set up and they're just watching them fuck around in the bar. That's exactly what it was like. I felt like I was in there doing recon.
They should have a show that instead of like, I'm a struggling bar, I'm going to try to get on the show. It should be like John Taffer, like undercover, like I call him in. I went somewhere that was bad, so I called John Taffer to come do like a raid. A John Taffer raid. He's like, please, I'm calling it a Taffer raid.
He needs a hotline.
It shouldn't be
I
bars
call
in
him
debt.
in, and he comes in by helicopter.
It shouldn't be bars that are like, oh my God, I'm in debt $400,000. It should be bars that fucking suck. They're just keeping the lights on with like a handful of regulars that drink themselves to death every day off the same beer every day.
Yeah. This is John Quad. I'm landing at the LZ.
Dude,
I'm coming into Shenanigans in T-minus 3 minutes.
I went to that fucking place to eat food. Like, I'm going to have dinner there tonight. And then I was like, I'm just going to get a beer and keep it moving. And after I saw the scene that was happening in there. And one guy did get his food, and then he, like, vaguely complained about it. Then the cook heard it. She's like, do you want more seasoning on the fries? I can put more seasoning. She steps from behind the girl with the big fucking bucket of seasoning. She's like, I can put more seasoning on the fries you want. You sure? You sure, babe? Okay, babe. And then just goes behind. It was just a mess. Like, if I should have ordered food because that would probably be my only opportunity to meet John Taffer. I think if I ordered a burger there, he would come in and go, don't eat that fucking food, and throw it off my table. It was this is not a dive.
Now,
this was a fucking shithole.
Now, we watched something similar, but imagine a YouTube video, POV working at Shenanigans. Like 15 minutes of working at Shenanigans. Last night after watching...
fuck, I'm sweating my ass off cooking these fucking burgers. I've been making burgers all fucking day.
You can see how they do it. Last night after watching Pee-wee, we watched a bunch of McDonald's and Taco Bell videos of just like POV, like they got a GoPro on their fucking hat or something. Which, by the way, how do they hide it? Do they hide it at all? Is it just
McDonald's
like,
don't give a fuck.
We watched a guy run the drive-thru. This guy was running it spick and span. He had a pen and a marker, and he would clasp them together every time, and he would touch his hands.
He'd clap.
He was locked in. This guy was locked in at the drive-thru.
I'll say it. People in fast food need to make more money because we watched the guy who assembles burgers. We watched a POV of that. We watched it for like 5-8 minutes, just doing the same two motions. And we're like, oh my God, this would fucking suck.
Imagine you do an 8-hour shift once, and then you do it again all week.
We're watching
Every
a video.
time he changed a tub of like cheese, lettuce, he'd have to print a sticker with the label and put it on there.
Like
It
this
was
is from
insane.
this is cut here, whatever, blah blah blah.
Like it's not gonna be gone in fucking 30 seconds.
Then there were things I noticed, like a button he would press, and he's wearing the gloves pressing his button, and I'm like, this weird mechanical ass button.
What does the button do?
First of all, who knows what it does? But second of all, it's a mechanical button. It's probably been there since 1981. I don't think that button's clean. I don't think he should be touching my buns after touching that button.
Yeah.
And he was the bun man.
Yeah.
So
listen, you pull up
it made
somewhere.
me not hungry for McDonald's. I'll just say that.
You pull up somewhere and go, one hamburger, please. Then they go, bet. And then 10 seconds later, they give it to you, and it costs $1.50, $2. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You expect it to be Kobe beef
now it's
cooked
like
to perfection?
$3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
More
like they should call it McBrandon's because Brandon raised the price for everything. More like woke Donald's, am I right?
But watching the drive-thru video reminded us, me and Austin, of a time we were in the drive-thru just laughing our ass off. We were just really high.
We had a world-class idea.
Yeah, so everybody's seen those videos where somebody throws their food at the drive-thru.
Fire in the hole.
They go to the window one, they pay, they get the food, and then they fire in the hole. And it's horrible. It's hilarious. But we had the idea that was genius, right? Because we think by now the window 2 guy, he's already trained in case a fire in the hole happens. But window 1 guy hasn't had that training. They don't expect you to come to window 1 with food already on you.
He's not food combat trained or tested.
He's not, because he's money trained.
Nobody's throwing money or a card in there.
You're not getting fire in the hole, I throw my debit card at it.
No.
You don't have the food yet. So what if you went through, got your food, and went through again?
No, you go. So the idea was you go to one McDonald's and let's say we place an order for 4 large Diet Cokes and like 7 McDoubles, right?
Yes.
We then go to the McDonald's down the street and we order the same exact thing. But when you get to window number 1, to that cash man, who has no food combat
All right, it's
experience.
going to be 25-14.
You
Fire
have
in the hole!
you have the drink holder with 4 Diet Cokes, lids off.
Yeah.
Just yeet it at him and fucking drive away.
Imagine
It's like, where did he get the Diet Coke from?
Imagine you got a guy in the driver's and the back seat, both got 7
Oh,
McDouble
no.
ammo. You're just doing it one after another. You're just pelting in the window, and they're getting hit. They're like going fetal position. They're not closing. They're not closing the window. They're just getting
getting pelted with burgers,
at
getting
window
a
one.
shower of Diet Coke.
They got that 1,000-yard stare like it's fucking Vietnam War flashbacks. They're just like, I gotta quit my job. They're getting like assisted living the rest of their
And
life.
the manager's like, here's another shirt. Get back out there.
Why,
Yeah.
Nixon?
If you get a shower of Diet Coke,
You gotta go
I'm
back
going
to work.
home.
No, that's so funny
Fuck
because
yeah.
they probably don't get to go home.
They don't.
They probably like have to. Here's another shirt. They get the bin. There's a
Power
bin of
through it.
shirts, and it's like the XXL Grimace shirt.
Oh.
And you got to work the rest of your shitty 6-hour shift until 2 a.m.
Got sticky hair all day.
Oh yeah. You have a company sink. You wash your hair.
Yeah. We watched the McDonald's POV videos for like 5-8 minutes. We're like, oh my God, this fucking sucks watching it. I'm like, how do you think this guy feels? He's doing it. He's working it for 8-10 hours.
Yeah, fuck.
Going crazy. They
The
need to
fry guy
make
kind
more.
of pissed me off when he was doing fries.
Oh, the fries pissed me off.
And then
McDonald's
this
about to
fucking
expose
bitch-
you.
This bitch plants an orange juice under
Right by the-
under the fry light,
Under a heat lamp.
and I'm like,
For a minute
you're
and a half.
killing the orange juice,
The ernch.
bro.
You're getting the ernch out.
That came fresh out of a bag this morning. You're killing it.
I really don't
Freshly
like watching that.
squeezed.
Made me like. It did not give me an appreciation.
No,
It gave me an appreciation for what the bullshit they're going through.
Listen, man.
But I didn't want any. I didn't want to go get fries.
beep 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 beep.
I didn't want fries.
Put some respect on McDonald's because
It's perverted.
The orange juice is freshly squeezed every day somewhere else and then put in a bag and then shipped to McDonald's and it gets to the restaurant God knows when and then they squeeze it out of the bag. So it is freshly squeezed every day. Quality orange
Just
juice.
not there.
Just not there. Just not there.
And out of a
We
bag.
didn't say specifics. You know what I mean?
Also, it's very similar to the donuts at 7-Eleven
Mm-hmm.
because they're baked fresh every day,
Yeah.
but on an undisclosed location, and then they're brought in by the exhaust van.
McDonald's
Days
actually
later.
has farm to table beef because the beef comes from a farm and eventually it ends up on a table.
What does that mean?
Farm to table is like you go to a butcher shop. And
That's
it's
a
like,
white people term.
That is a white people. That is a term for nice. That is a butcher shop in a nice neighborhood. Is what a farm to table thing is. And it's like the butcher shop has
they get, like, sourced meat, like, right
we
down the
own
street,
we own a
yeah.
farm. You know, this comes right from our farm. We take care of the animals. You know, we suck them off. We give them massages, and then we slaughter them and kill them, and then we serve. This is farm to table. You know what I mean? There's no in between, no middleman, no slaughterhouse, no this, no that.
I'd like to make fun.
This is also why we can charge $8 more per pound than fucking Kroger can.
That's nothing. That's nothing. I want to make fun of the last fancy-ish restaurant I went to. I was on a date.
Let's hear it.
I was on a date maybe a year and a half ago now, and we went to a place in Detroit called Selden Standard.
Okay.
They advertise being farm to table.
Mm.
Yeah. They advertise being farm to table, and what bothers me the most about this is all just like veggies plopped on a plate called a salad. The steak is like fucking 8 ounces sliced, thin.
Yeah.
And it's laid out on a fucking platter. For me to take a woman who eats like a bird there, mind you, she ordered oxtail ravioli. Crazy.
That sounds amazing.
It was good. It was the best thing of the night.
nice.
But still crazy.
Look at this.
Oh.
I got a steak. She got oxtail ravioli. We split a salad. She got a cocktail that was horrible or a mocktail that was garbage.
Yeah.
Didn't finish it. Didn't like it. I didn't like my mocktail because I didn't drink at the time. And the bill was like $200. I didn't get no ass that night either. So you know damn well I called American Express about an hour after I got
Someone
home.
took my shit.
No, I didn't say someone took my shit. I said it wasn't good. I acted like the Jew I am, and I'm like,
I got food poisoning.
No. You just say it wasn't good. I had a date. It wasn't good. We're not satisfied. We paid $200. That's a week's worth of work for me.
I didn't get laid. You got to cover this.
Yeah,
we understand.
Pretty much. You start bitching, and
Here's some bonus points.
And
Now,
then
what
the-
do you think American Express told
Selden Standard.
to like get that?
So I think
had to do
I think
something.
it goes one of two ways. Either they call and say, Yes, hello, is this Sheldon Standard? Your customer was not very happy, and he called our
I
hotline.
think American Express would have a better guy on the phone. Their name is American.
They're
after
24 hours, so it depends what time
all.
an hour you
of
call.
course.
I give them credit, though, because if you call them, they will answer in 20 seconds. You push that button, they're answering.
Wow.
Same with Discover
Shout
and
out
Capital
American
One. They all
Express.
have stellar customer service. Anyways, yes, Sheldon Standard, our client, Mr. Austin, is not happy with his meal. He was there 3 hours ago. He ordered oxtail ravioli, the steak, and the salad. He said it was not good, and we are going to be charging you back. And then they agree to reimburse whatever. If there's no agreeal of reimbursing, or if they don't even get a hold of these people, a lot of the time they just give you the money anyways. Because American Express makes so much fucking money a day. They charge, I think, 6% on the dollar for every merchant to take their card.
Mm-hmm. We'll let this cocksucker get $200.
That's
Who
why
gives
not
a
everybody
shit?
has it, right?
Yeah, it was exclusive, but now they'll give you like the entry ones. They'll give anybody an entry Amex. But like to get the green one, mind you, the green one, you have to pay your bill in full every month.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the gold, same thing. And then to get to the platinum, and then eventually you get a black card. And it's like, that's when you get to exclusivity. When you have concierge
No limit
service,
on the black card.
yeah, when you could call your Amex and be like, hey, the Knicks game is sold out tonight. I'm in Michigan. I want to get there tonight and I want to go. They'll make it happen for you. That's what a black card does, you know? So that's when it's exclusive.
You know, if I keep working at a warehouse, I bet I'll get a black card one day.
My dad said this to me before. He's like, I know bums with black cards. He's like, I know people with black cards who owe people $500,000 in the street. He was like, anybody could get one of them bitches. He's like, they give them to anybody.
That's my new goal. I'm gonna get one.
You know, it comes in a briefcase too.
That's cool.
Comes in a briefcase and it's made of titanium, so it's a $2,000.
I remember when Starbucks sent me the physical gold card with rewards. I felt like the fucking man when I
Yeah.
was like 18. I'm like, I got the Starbucks card. I worked at the mall, so I got Starbucks all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They gave me a discount. So I had to
Chipotle
get it.
needs to send me the frequent flyer, John.
The like free Chipotle forever card. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna keep getting to the line, and it's gonna be Arab reparation.
Are you still eating Chipotle like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
4 or 5 times a week.
I love it. Not 4 or 5 times, but probably 3.
That's still a lot.
Yeah,
That's still a lot to go to the same place.
I love it. It's so
frequently. I don't even go to Del Taco that much.
It's like
but I love Del
it's like
Taco.
my ADHD comfort meal.
I see.
You know,
I see.
You know how like retarded kids just eat like
Chicken tenders,
yeah.
butter noodles,
That's my
shit
chicken.
like that.
Yeah, that's my chicken tenders. I was a chicken tender butter noodle kid for sure. I didn't like sauce. I don't like sauce.
My food like that is like pizza. I could eat like pizza might be the only food I could actually. It's not my favorite food, but
you
I
can
could eat
it every day.
I could eat pizza every goddamn fucking day. I really could. I wouldn't get sick of it.
Hallelujah, brother.
I love
I'm with
pizza
you all the way.
Holy shit! Why pizza is not my favorite food, but it might be. I'm inclined to say it's the best food. I just don't. You know, you have a lot of varieties. It's almost like a sandwich. You have a lot of freedom with a pizza. You know, you can put whatever you want on there. Now, some of y'all be getting a little outrageous there. We're not here to debate pineapple on pizza. What I think of the beauty of pizza is that you can put it on there. You can put whatever you want on there. You can make your own little thing. I am not a fan of. I see these like these Instagram guys making their thin crust pizza in their $400 ovens with no sauce. That's not fun. I've never had like. I see these like, oh, this is a real Italian pizza, and it's like it's 4 pieces of cheese and it's like sauce and like a strip of basil. I'm like, I'm sure that's good, but it's like, man, I'm a goddamn American. We had to remix it for a reason. Put some motherfucking pepperoni on there. Put some sausage on there. Put something on there.
Protein.
Yeah, put some. Yo, where's the ranch? Can I dip it in ranch? Yo,
Now that's where we went too far, and I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
fucking Bethany with the big rich SUV who spends like $400 at Starbucks every month, goes to Italy for the first time. Fucking, oh, but they don't have any ranch for the pizza. The pizza's not as good as it is back home. They don't have, no one in Italy dips their pizza in ranch.
We're horrible.
It's not even square.
It's not even. I can't get a square crust pizza with ranch.
Wait, let's use our platform real quick to say fuck you to Daniel Tosh real quick.
Why?
Why? He said, no, I like Daniel Tosh.
Oh no.
But he
I like
said,
his drink.
But what he said was, you can't just call a pizza Detroit style because it's square.
That's true. I think a Detroit style pizza is a square pizza, but
A square pizza
is
that
done-
kind of tastes like old pan.
not even that. I think it's a square pizza that has to have the sauce on top of the cheese. just like Buddy's
That's
does.
Chicago style. That you gotta,
No.
You gotta twist it. You gotta twist it.
No.
You
Chicago
gotta-
style.
Shields does it that way too.
You gotta twist it.
It's that Shields does it. Buddy's does it. Louis does it.
That's
Those
Chicago.
No,
no, he's right.
that is a Detroit style pizza.
That's Chicago. Sauce on top of the cheese is
But
Chicago.
no,
It's
no,
not
no,
the
no,
same.
no. Chicago
It's not the
does
same.
the casserole dish.
Yeah, it's a
The-
big
I've
round
been to
pizza.
Gio's. I know this is Chicago.
The circle
Understand-
joint. It's never square.
A Chicago deep dish pizza is also about an inch or two taller. It almost has like a pie crust.
Real,
I like
real
Chicago deep dish
pizza. Real Chicago pizza is thin and cut into squares, and it's a circle pizza.
Thin.
Thin.
Tavern style.
No,
Yes.
wait, hold on.
Ask
When
Sam-
I got Chicago style pizza,
It was
it
that
was
casserole,
like
wasn't
a
it?
fucking lasagna.
But yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was fucking
Yeah,
huge.
that's
and
a
it took
setup.
Like,
Yeah.
It took an hour and a
that's
half.
a setup.
It's tasty,
They
though.
eat that on birthdays.
It's
That's
so
not
good
what they
though.
eat all
It's
the
so
time.
good though.
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
setup.
It's not like New York where you get a slice.
Yeah,
no.
but real Chicago pizza, what they eat all the time is thin crust cut into squares.
I gotta say, I want a fucking New York slice so bad. I've never
There's
had one.
nobody
neither.
who has a better slice of pizza than New York.
I want to go next year.
I haven't
Have
tried
you
it.
tried it?
No, but look
You
at
about to
it.
say
It looks
I wanna
great.
try it.
Look at it.
As a Detroiter, I'm like, that's gotta be the best.
The long sleeve.
We have a correspondent with us. We have friend of the park. We have friend of the pod on the pod
Friend
for
of
the
the
first
park,
time.
the
Friend
my park.
of the goddamn pod, Mark, one of my oldest, closest friends, closest friends for all of us here.
And he drives around
Mark-
alone a lot. This guy's like a traveler.
Now, Mark, this guy has seen all the country right now. You've been to New York City, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
A little louder.
Yes, I have.
How did you feel about their pizza? Was it some of the best pizza you've ever had in your life?
The best pizza I've ever had was in New York, yes.
You heard it here. There's no one's beaten a New York slice.
Shout out! I want a New York slice. It looks good. I'm not saying Detroit style pizza is the best or anything, but like Daniel Tosh, shut up. There is Detroit style pizza. There is.
I forget the name of it, but the pizza place that I went to was they had Tony Soprano on the wall. Like he came in regularly, and they actually filmed a lot of the Sopranos in there. So that's how it's like pretty legit. You know.
I can't be seen in a place like this anymore.
It's probably there.
No, in my
The
opinion,
story, the origin story for Detroit style pizza, it's significant enough to warrant its own kind. They made it in oil pans in the factories back in the day.
Yeah.
Way back in the
From
day.
square.
See, I didn't know that.
That's why it was
Is that
square.
why it's square and
Yeah.
it tastes like shit?
Does
not taste like shit.
Yeah, it tastes like that old ass oil pan.
That's
The
good.
second you get to that crust, it's
I think that's Jets.
Yeah, Jets specifically.
I don't like Jets.
You get
Jets is
listen,
made by like retarded high schoolers that don't
Listen,
use
I
gloves.
saw a literal retarded guy put his hands all in the cheese in my life.
No gloves.
No,
Jets
I've
has a-
seen this.
Jets
you know
has a
he
square.
don't wash.
Ain't no way.
Jets has a square. Green Lantern has a square. Fucking Little Caesars has a square. And even Little Caesars called it Detroit deep dish. It's not a fucking Detroit pizza. Detroit pizza has to have a little sauce on top. Look up Louis. Look up that's what it is. That's what it is.
To me, Detroit is just
don't know.
square. Just
It's
square.
not just squared. It's squared and
It's
it's got to have the
square
sauce on
deep
top.
dish. It's both.
square.
The sauce on top, I don't think that's
Square
Detroit
is
style.
deep dish by
It's
nature.
square.
If you look up
It's-
Detroit style pizza, I don't think they're gonna say the
It's
sauce on
square.
top.
It's square, made in a pan, and it tastes like shit.
You know
That's
what?
it is.
You know what? Fucking goddamn it! I think Daniel
Louis
Tosh-
is the best pizza
I
I've ever
think
had.
Daniel
You're
Tosh
crazy.
is right because none of us can agree.
Yeah,
I think he might be fucking right.
yeah.
God damn it!
He's also right about his beverage of choice. His beverage of choice is the Tosh Teeny.
Oh, the waters.
He buys like a Fiji or a nice, top shelf bottle of water, dumps out half, and puts in tap water. You know why? Because he got it like that.
Yeah, he's a pretentious prick.
Yeah. But I like that. I do that at the gym. Whenever
No.
my Fiji gets halfway down, I go fill it up.
No, I've talked to you about buying water like that.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous. You've fallen.
I
into
use my Stanley a lot.
You've fallen
but,
into the scam.
You Google.
You got a Stanley?
You Google.
Producer Han got me a Stanley, I think, for my birthday.
We miss you, producer Han. You Google Detroit style pizza. The first result is Buddy's Pizza.
That's not.
With
I don't
the
care.
square with the sauce on top.
I don't
We're
care.
moving on. We're moving on.
No. We're not just gonna move on because you decided
I
that was
did
the
not-
definitive answer. That's
I-
not what Google said.
I did not drop out of culinary school for you guys to tell me what Detroit style.
You got me
pizza was.
there.
As
But
a chef.
Don't show me that. Show me the first result on Google. Show me the Wikipedia.
I'm going to the wiki.
Don't just show me the first result and then Google and Buddies. Of course, Buddies are gonna pop up first.
That's what it is. Well, Buddy's is.
You went to the first advertised. Doesn't count, dude.
Okay, here we go.
Go to the wiki, man.
Detroit style pizza is a rectangular pan pizza with a thick, crisp, chewy crust. That's that chewy bullshit I'm talking about.
So Austin's not a fan.
It is
You've never had
traditionally
Louis?
topped with the edges with mozzarella or Wisconsin brick cheese, which caramelizes against a high-sided heavyweight rectangular pan. Detroit-style pizza was originally baked in rectangular steel trays designed as a use for automotive drip pans or to hold small industrial parts in factories. That's where Slim got that from. It says nothing about the sauce being on top.
Description.
Oh.
I'm on the description part of
The
the same
images.
Wikipedia, and the first image is Detroit-style pizza showing typical lacy cheese on crust edge and sauce on the motherfucking cock-sucking goddamn top.
Okay, so Daniel Tosh wasn't right.
Daniel Tosh is a HollyWEIRD showboater who don't know nothing. You know,
He's kinda
Daniel
like
Tosh.
the first Tony Hinchcliffe.
Racing
Daniel-
stripes of sauce.
Daniel
is how they
Tosh is
describe it.
50 billion times funnier than Tony Hinchcliffe.
I
Some
love
recipes-
Daniel
some
Tosh. He's like
recipes-
he's also like fruity and
Some
annoying.
recipes
Yes.
call for the sauce to be added after the pizza comes out of the oven. The style is sometimes referred to as the red top because the sauce is the final topping. That's horrible.
I used to be upset.
That's awful.
You never had Louis Pizza?
No.
Really? It's the best pizza I've ever had. After a place in Ohio, which is closed now,
I like thin crust, man.
Louis is the best pizza in. I will say it right now. You could put a gun to my head. Louis is the best pizza in Michigan.
Another thing, Kevin McAllister, Home Alone. He always got a lovely cheese pizza just for
Cheese
him, right?
pizza.
So in the first movie, that pizza wasn't square; it was round, and he's in Chicago.
Can I just say I like round pizza better?
Round pizza, round thin pizza is way better than square.
I don't know. It doesn't have to be thin. I just think
It
round.
gotta have a little crisp.
I
and
like a
flop.
round. I like a slice from a round pizza more than I like a square slice.
It gotta have crisp and flop.
I think
For me to say that's good pizza and not just average, crisp and flop.
I
My
prefer round
take is
pizza
this:
too.
Detroit style pizza exists. It should have a name. They are saying it in commercials.
With
it has
the
a
sauce on
Wikipedia
top.
page. Sure. Okay. Fine. I was wrong about that. I was wrong, but I just like a round slice better. I just like a
I do too.
slice.
yeah,
That's why I think
that
New
square
York got
is
the
like
best
cheese
one.
bread, man. It's not like pizza.
I like a round slice
It's,
more too.
I agree that it exists and it has a name and then it has an origin. But
Unless-
I
But
like
it's for shit.
I'm not saying it's for shit, but it's a
I
different.
say it's for
It's
shit.
not the
I
same
like-
as a slice of pizza.
I like a round slice a million times more unless it's a sauce on top. Detroit style from Louis, baby.
Portnoy is a very weird individual. He stands on his tippy
Dave
toes
Gator
all the
Portnoy.
time. I don't like him.
5'2", Dave.
You know,
Gay Portnoy.
yeah, but see, here comes the barstool people.
Oh my
in the
God,
family.
One bite, everyone knows
What
the
you
rules.
said,
Let me take
he-
6
all
bites.
his photos. Look how Dave Portnoy
on his
tippy
tippy
toes.
toes. He's
Every
always on his
single,
tippy
even
toes.
if he's with a midget. There's
Yeah.
a photo of him with a literal midget, and he's still on his tippy toes. What a fucking asshole!
I gotta be taller.
So Dave Portnoy, here come the barstool people running to suck someone off that doesn't know you exist. Mm-hmm. Very same to the Elon Dick Riders, same energy. But anyways, Portnoy went to a place on, I want to say it's like the east side of Dearborn. Mm-hmm. And he gave that cheese pizza, which was like his highest review at the time, an 8.7, 8.8. He didn't give it nothing crazy.
Yeah.
They ended up renaming the cheese pizza there the Portnoy.
Oh my god.
I went there with my brother. It was very fucking good. It was good. As far as just a plain round pizza, brick oven, like personal pizza, it was very fucking good.
You had to ask for the Portnoy.
That's
You
what
couldn't
it's
just
called.
call
You order
You
it by
couldn't
name.
just ask for a cheese
You order
pizza.
everything
Can I
by
get the
name.
Portnoy?
You order everything by name. And they were busy as fuck.
Got to order by name, bro.
Got to order by name.
Dave
it's a
Portnoy-
cunty place.
I lost respect for his pizza topic because he did Green Lantern. First of all, if you watch the Green Lantern, look up Dave Portnoy Green Lantern. He says he's in Clinton Township. He's like, he's literally
I'm on the side of the highway.
He's
Yeah,
literally
not on the
nowhere
highway.
near Clinton Township. He says he's there, and then he says I'm in the middle of the highway. First of all,
There's
he's at 12 and John R.
There's a
He's-
fucking red light.
I'm telling you, he's on 12 and John R. I drove past it every day going home.
For anyone
It's
who
like a
doesn't know,
residential
for anyone who
suburb.
doesn't know 12 and John R, he says he's on the middle. He says he's at this pizza shop on the middle of the highway. It is not the middle of the highway. He is 15 feet away from a fucking intersection with a red light and crosswalks on a 30-mile-per-hour road.
Now,
Their
granted,
house is 2 blocks behind it.
Detroit and Metro Detroit altogether, they get. If you've been here, you'll find places like 12 and John R where it's wide roads. Our roads are wider than most other states. Having 4 lanes and then a turn lane in the middle, it's actually rare in America.
Let's hear it for Michigan.
Fuck Michigan. But I'm just saying it is hectic, and to be like everybody told me to come here, bro. He went to Michigan, right? Is it Portnoy?
I think so.
He went to U of M,
went
and
to
he's
U
a
of
big
M.
U of M dick sucker. He says he's in Clinton Township. He's at 12 and John R, and he's also saying he's in the highway. Where are you, bro? So anyway,
He doesn't know where
He's
he
in a
is.
city 30 minutes away, not on a highway.
You're in the like cultural mecca, if you want to call it that, of Metro Detroit.
What did he give it? He gave it like a 6.
He was mid.
He gave it a 4.
It was good.
I don't think it was that low.
It's fire.
I don't think it was a 4. It wasn't a 4.
I thought it was a 6.4.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't a 4. 4 is like bad. The problem with that is Green Lantern, their signature pepperoni, cusped pepperoni, where it holds a pool of grease. He didn't get that. He got the cheese because that's what he does. We wanted him to come to Tanya's. He got a stuffed a cheese. I think he would have gave a good review. But fuck him though. Fuck him. He's annoying, and you should gamble $2 million. He sounds like young Bernie Sanders. Is what he sounds like.
I don't like him.
Not a fan. He's just another like right wing like.
Yeah, but he started out of his garage. But
No, I'm gonna say it right now.
What he did,
I'm
where
gonna
he
say the
came
pod.
from?
Dave Portnoy's a faggot. I'm gonna say
Yes.
he's a faggot. I'm gonna say.
I'll
it.
co-sign
Honestly,
that.
I fucking hate Dave.
when
Portnoy.
we do the Out Cold Awards, he might win the award for most out cold faggot of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Calling
I'm not a
calling
fan.
them that
I'm
is
not-
almost disrespectful to the gay people I like because I hate Dave.
No.
I hate Dave.
Do we really
Portnoy,
gotta
bro.
say
Yes.
this?
Listen,
Do we really have
yeah.
to say this?
No, we
After
don't have to say the
17
word.
episodes.
I don't
No.
understand.
Gay people have nothing to do with faggots. That's a
No.
completely
That's not
separate
even
thing.
their word.
No.
It's not even their word.
It has nothing to do with them.
It's a gamer word first and foremost.
We talked about this last week. It's part of our gamer culture.
Yes.
Don't take that away.
Fuck Dave Portnoy.
No, but Dave Portnoy sucks. Whatever. I don't know why I hate him. I just don't like him.
He sucks. He's like Elon.
I wish there was a worse word to
It's
call
It's
him.
the fans that ruin a person
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the people jumping to Dave. If I go tweet "fuck Dave Portnoy," I'm gonna get a slew of faggots.
Do you
also.
see what he did for small businesses? Did you see he invented gambling? Did you see? Like, bro,
I don't care what
He
money
invented
you
cheese
donate.
pizza and gambling. He's
I wish you
pretty
guys could see
fucking cool.
Austin's head bob right now when he's doing this.
Isn't High Noon his drink?
Yeah, you guys are putting money in Dave Portnoy's pockets all
Yeah.
the time. It's a
I'm
barstool
so
product.
mad. I'm drinking High Noon right
Same
now.
It's
with
a
Pink
great
Whit-
drink.
Same with Pink Whitney. I like Pink Whitney. It's a barstool
Okay,
fucking
fuck
liquor.
Pink Whitney though.
6.2 for
See,
Green
I
Lantern.
said it wasn't a 4.
It was a 6. Yeah.
6.2. Where's the point 2? Suck my
Dave
dick.
Port-
0.2. It's 6.
Well, he explained the points. There was an explanation.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh well, because I'm on the highway. That's why.
Again, this goes back to what I'm saying earlier. Half
When
of
I'm standing up 2 centimeters taller.
This is
than
what
the
I'm
The
saying.
U of M doesn't know what a highway is.
back to
back
what
to
I'm
your
saying.
roots.
Back to what I said earlier. Most of the economy is just guys reviewing food in their cars. He's just not doing it in his car. That's like half of his
No,
shtick.
he's
is
standing on the
reviewing pizza.
highway. Apparently,
I'm standing on the fucking middle of the fucking highway with cars zooming past him like there's not a red light and a crosswalk.
And it's like it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. Like it was like an overcast day. Like
yeah.
that is true. I think one thing about a problem with Michigan is shit like 12 and John R. You get told to go to Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Looks like a shithole.
You could put a vape shop there. You know what I mean? That's where a vape shop belongs there. Not a restaurant. Not like a accredited restaurant. But that is the Green Lantern my mom took me to when I was a young boy. It's
delicious.
That was the Green Lantern we went
They
to.
used to let you smoke cigs in there.
You go in there, it's a fucking bar. It's tight. It's cramped. It's not nice.
No.
But they give you the best slice of pizza you ever had.
That pizza is fire, bro.
Not the cheese slice
Crazy.
that Dave Portnoy got. And yeah, we're about 5 minutes away. 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Fucking Dave Portnoy, man. What a loser.
And we've ended the last 2 episodes.
Guys
early,
like-
so we'll go to the full. 6
Guys like
minutes
that,
here.
like Dave Portnoy, Elon Musk, it just shows you can have all the money in the world. You know, people always say, oh, but you can't buy class. It's not that. You can have all the money in the world. You can be successful, but you know what you can still be? You can still be a fucking loser.
Yeah, we
Those
talked
guys
about
both
that.
seem like fucking losers.
I really hate high
You
stakes
hear this?
gamblers.
Listen, I don't have a car. Elon Musk, Dave Portnoy, I'm calling you both fucking losers right now.
You know
Because
what's
you
crazy? Kanye West kind of falls in that category now too. It's like his
Kanye's
fans
a
are
loser.
ruining him, and he's becoming
Kanye's
a loser.
become a loser. He doesn't try. He's like, oh, I'm going to put 2 half-ass albums out. I'm going to make them in 30 minutes. I'm not going to finish them. And you know who's going to be my collaborator? Ty Dolla $ign. Like, you know what I think? Kanye's like, I'm going to my contacts. I'm going to text every rapper I know. Do an album with me. He got to rapper 35 and he went, oh, God damn it. No one wants to work with me anymore because I've lost my mind. Well, I guess I'll do an album with Ty Dolla $ign. Like, if Ty Dolla $ign said no, I'm pretty sure fucking Famous Dex would have been on Vultures 1 and 2.
Yeah, if he
Like, Kanye's just run out of people to work
luckily
with.
he didn't go alphabetical because he would have got to Famous Dex first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. But even now, I'm still interested because of this whole nitrous storyline. I want to know what happens.
Ryan Garcia does on one of the nitrous.
I want to know. There's this story that his doctor, her dentist, is taking advantage of him, stealing money, and getting him hooked on nitrous. I kind of want to know where this goes, if it goes anywhere.
He's probably taxing him.
Yeah. He hooked him up with a whole apparatus. He looked like he was in a NASA.
He's not.
He was in a NASA
tank.
like a space age.
Straight from tank to nose. Not no balloon. No.
That's
nothing.
the one that you get in the dentist. Now, even at the dentist,
Medical
it goes in your
grade
nose,
nitrous.
but it's not even that cool.
He put Kanye in a dominatrix milking
I
machine.
think Kanye
for
designed
nitrous.
the mask, like you know those weird vehicles he drives. It's almost like that. That kind of thing.
Like all terrain vehicles.
I'm still interested because that's how.
I like that commercial when he was at the McDonald's drive-thru.
Can I get a? And we never got the Kanye meal. What the fuck?
It's probably like a fillet of fish and a 6-piece.
Why is it always fillet of fish with you?
Because it's good.
It is good.
I don't think it's
the
good.
best sandwich.
It is not the best sandwich they have, but it's good. The filet
It's
fish
the
is
best
good.
sandwich
It's
at
not better than the
McDonald's.
McCrispy.
It's not.
Ain't no way.
You're
It's not.
fucking around.
Then a quarter pounder.
You're fucking
Better
around.
than a quarter pounder. That double fillet of fish, the Tristan
You're
Tate
fucking
sandwich,
around.
The double filet
might
fish.
be the best sandwich to ever come out of McDonald's.
I want a had to podcast.
I would
meal.
say.
What would the
that-
had to meal be?
I
It'd be
would
the first
say
one that comes with
fillet
two-
of fish.
no.
Fillet of fish.
No,
question.
stop.
No, it'd be the first one that comes with 2 drinks. You get a Sprite and a High C. It'd be the first one that comes with 2 drinks.
Which one's the small and which one's the
Do
large?
you remember?
Both
Do you
mediums.
remember 7-Eleven had the divided cup?
Yeah.
It
Oh.
had the 2-sided cup and the 3-sided cup.
That-
It's half full with Sprite, half with
forgot
High
about
C,
that.
and then it has a double straw.
Separate straw.
Yeah.
I think it has to
The
come with
combino straw?
Yes.
I think one thing that is
With
This
a
is
with the
serious.
percolator built in the straw.
New York City,
I think one thing that can't be argued with: sandwiches, fries, whatever. 6-piece McNuggets must come with it. 6-piece with 2 sauces of your choice. 6-piece with 2 sauces, and then a divided
They
cup.
give the sauce away on the app. I don't see why they shouldn't. But 6-piece, they don't give you 2 sauces.
no,
They
but,
give you
but,
one.
But they.
But our meal, it does.
But for the had to podcast meal, you're only getting 2 sauces with a 6-piece.
so
if you order
okay,
the
let's
Hadcast
run
meal.
down the meal again.
You have to say Slim sent me.
Fillet of fish.
Okay, what's the
No
main
tartar sauce.
protein? We're not talking. It's not fillet of fish. It can't.
Fillet
be.
of fish, no
That's
tartar.
the sting meal.
With a soy garlic.
No, stop.
See, Flair's nodding his head because it sounds delicious.
We're not going chicken sandwich or burger.
It's a double filet o fish. It's a double filet o fish and a
I think
McDouble, no
you
fries.
should have an option. I think
At this rate,
no,
it's
no,
a
no.
bre-
We
no,
all
at
got.
this
hey,
rate,
hey,
it's
here
a
it is.
breakfast meal.
Here it is. I got it.
This is
I got it.
ultimate, yeah.
It's a trifecta meal.
It's a big back meal.
No, you choose the main sandwich. The slim meal is the McCrispy. The Flair meal is the quarter pounder.
Double quarter pounder.
The
with
Austin
bacon.
meal is the double fillet of fish.
You got these minimum wage workers. We just watched them slaving over the fucking buns. We got
Exactly.
them remembering 3 different meals for this promotional item.
Yours both come with fries. I'm coming with apple dippers.
No, mine comes with
And
a
they're not getting paid extra.
6-piece 2 sauce.
and 6-piece
2
2
sauce.
sauce.
This is crazy.
And they're all different sauces. What 2 sauces are coming with y'all's?
Okay, mine. What do I get? The McCrispy,
You get the McCrispy,
Barbecue and-
fries, and
barbecue sauce, and the other sauce. We all get 2.
you get 2 sauces with that 6-piece.
Barbecue sauce. The other one, I'm gonna say the sweet and sour.
Okay.
The Flair comes with hot mustard and the Jujutsu Kaisen garlic
Nice.
sauce.
Mine is buffalo and barbecue, but it comes pre-mixed.
The Jujutsu Kaisen sauce also has Nobara exclusively on the lid.
Well, this is a great topic to end on, guys. What do you think? If you had your own meal at McDonald's, what would it be? What would
I would love to hear. Yes.
What would your big meal be? Let us know in the description. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Odyssey, wherever the fuck you're listening. I don't think YouTube. There's a link, so we'll work on
No.
that. But text us. There's a button that says text us.
Please.
Let us know what your meal would be at McDonald's. You guys take care. We love you. And
We love you.
We're gonna go get fucked up tonight, guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Dance
trying
our
to get
pants
drunk.
off.
Every
Hey,
time-
shout out Cowboy Curtis real quick.
Shout out to
Oh.
Cowboy Curtis, my motherfucking boy.
Look up Cowboy Curtis. That's fucking Morpheus from the Matrix,
Yeah.
guys. That's
Lawrence
Morpheus.
Fishburne.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And also, let's pray for Flair. This is Big Pink. He has bad luck here. So.
I puked twice.
Twice at this place. So let's not make it 3. Guys, we love you. Good night. And thanks for listening.